Hi everyone, my name's Ollie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are doing a faux facelift DIY tutorial makeup video. So obviously a facelift is quite expensive, so if you don't have the funds to go and have a facelift, then this is like the cheap version. So sometimes this is also called like a foxy eye. I would say that how I do it kind of takes it a step further than that, because I glue my brows, so it ends up being like... Okay, so the only like crazy thing you're going to need for this is a glue stick. So obviously you're going to need like your normal makeup, but you are also going to need a glue stick and some setting powder. If you don't already use setting powder, all that is like a loose powder, so you can pick them up really cheap. So to start off with, you're going to need to moisturize your face. So this is quite a heavy makeup look and there's a lot going on. So usually I don't moisturize before putting makeup on because I have combo skin, and I find that if I moisturize it can make me too oily. But for this look I always moisturize first. I just think it like helps everything to like... Okay, so to start off with, we are going to go in with our Pritt stick. So literally just like start applying the glue. And then I just grab my finger and kind of just smooth it up with the glue. Just obviously you don't want too much product on there. I do find that sometimes the glue balls up a little bit, so if you get any of that, just brush it away. And then you're going to kind of just keep reapplying until it feels like it's really like slick and smooth. You can see that that eyebrow is now like all glued down, like all around here. So I'm now going to do the same on this one, and just basically anything from like that bit is all just going to get glued up. So basically now that I've glued my eyebrows and they look a little bit evil, what we're going to do next is grab our setting powder for them. So this is the one that I'm going to use today. This is like £5 I think. They do have loads of different shades of it. Right, now that that's all set down, we are going to go in with some concealer on top of the brows. So for concealer today for the eyebrows, I'm going to go in with the P. Louise base. I'm using colour number 2. Let's have a look. Okay, P. Louise. Ew. And literally just lay it on top of where we've just glued and powdered. I never actually watched a tutorial on how to do glued brows. I just assumed. Okay, so once you've got your concealer done on your eyebrows, literally pack as much powder on there as you can. I'm now going to go in with my foundation. I'm going to use the Revolution Pro Full Cover Camouflage Foundation. So I'm going to mix a little bit of F11 and a little bit of F3 just to like try and get a better colour match, because F11 on its own is really dark. So I've just laid foundation on this portion of my face. So now I'm going to go back in with my banana powder and we're just going to set all of that area down. So what we are going to do now is go in and actually draw on the eyebrows. So for this makeup look, you want everything to come upwards. For the brows, what I'm going to do is map them out first using a sharp kind of brow pencil. Then we're going to go in with some pomade and then finish off with brow pencil. So for brows today, I'm using my Technic Brow Pomade and Powder Duo and the Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. Both of these are in like a brown shade. So obviously I've left all this front bit, so I just like to kind of underline that just so I've got a sharper line, and then literally just draw myself a new eyebrow. So I'm probably going to take it to about there. So I'm going to go in with the pomade. Okay, so I'm just grabbing a little bit of that on a really small angled brush. I'm just going to start filling where I want my new brow to be. I don't know what happened with my camera, but it like wouldn't film for a minute, but it's fine now. So I've just kind of sorted this eyebrow. Now I'm just going to do the other eyebrow to match, but you can see that I'm starting to get that like... So now what I'm going to do is actually carve them out with concealer. So I'm going to go back in with the P. Louise one on that sharp little brush and carve that out as sharply as possible, just to create like a really nice like neat line. I'm now going to carve above my eyebrows using the foundation because I don't want to highlight that area. This is why it's quite good to use like a real full coverage foundation for this look. I'm going to put Brittany back on now.
Did you guys hear that? I'm scared.
So to set the underneath bit, because obviously that's going to be a lot lighter, I'm going to use the PS Matte Perfect Color Mineral Powder in Ivory. Like pulled back. Everybody welcome Miss Spears to my channel. How you doing, Brittany girl?
I am awesome!
That is the brows done. So we've got the brows completed. So next we are going to go in with the eyeshadow. So once again, this is another really important step of this makeup look because you need everything to be pulling upwards.
I know I may be young, but I've got feelings too.
Do you know the worst part is, this is probably not even the right palette. This is the only time I ever hate having long nails, is when I can't get palettes open. It's honestly like the biggest stress of my life. For today, for eyeshadow, I'm thinking smoky bronze vibes. I'm gonna go in with the Bronze Goals palette by Morphe. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with shade SPF, this one just here. And we are just gonna basically start by packing that on our lid. Now for this look, you don't want to put anything too dark from like the center to the middle because that kind of brings everything towards the center of your face, I feel. So you want to blow everything out. So just gonna start off on the outer corner. Like I said, I'm bringing this all up. This is gonna look messy, blah blah blah, all that usual stuff. You guys know how I do my eyeshadow. I always like wipe it because I like a really harsh line at the bottom. So ignore the bottom line. But I'm basically then just gonna like blow this out all the way back. So I want it to just like smoke outwards, if that makes sense. So yeah, experiencing slight patchiness, but it doesn't matter. We are now going to take a really small little like fluffy brush, and I am just going to now really deepen up this outer corner. This really helps to like, that isn't a descriptive word, Ollie. But yeah, this is just going to help to like pull back all of your eyes. I'm going to go in with this dark brown shade here, which is shade Equator. And we are just going to pop that right down on the lash line. So right down there. And you're just gonna kind of buff that in to that outer corner. Fabulous. Right, I'm gonna do the same on the other side. We are gonna go in with some highlight for this brow. Shade Glow On from the Morphe palette Bronze Goals that I've been using. So that's this one just here. I am having a little bit of an issue with getting it to blend. So I've tried my absolute best. I know it's not blended perfectly. We will just go with it. It might look okay on camera, but in person it is bothering me, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so next up we are gonna take that same gold shade, and on a slightly smaller brush, we are gonna pop some of that on the inner corner. Okay, there we go. So that's like just like a really nice, like subtle kind of glow in there. It's just gonna help to open your eyes up a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is basically do the rest of my skin makeup, and then I'm going to come back onto the eyeshadow and we're going to go under the eye slightly. I have now applied my foundation and I've just created like this nice, really clean line just here. And we are just going to set this entire face of foundation down. So now that I have set all my foundation down, I'm going to go back in with my deepest shade, which was Equator. I keep on calling it Ecuador, but it's not called that, it's called Equator. We're now going to go in with a really flat angled brush, and we are going to place that underneath on my lower lash line, just like that, okay? Now if you are like me and you have got quite light eyes, this is going to really make your eyes pop as well. So it's like a nice little double whammy. Now that I have done my little bit of baking, I'm going to move on to contouring the nose. For the nose contour, I'm going to take this kind of packing brush, but I'm just going to use the tip of it to give me like a really sharp line. So I've just drawn literally lines down my nose. Now I'm gonna get a fluffy blendy brush and I'm just gonna buff that out. When buffing this out, you wanna like buff down your nose, don't buff into the center, because obviously that's where you want to like highlight and everything. Whilst all of my baking is setting, we can actually move on to blush. So for blush, I'm gonna use this fluffy little blush brush from Doll Beauty, and I'm gonna use the Revolution blush. I think this one is in Pink Lady. Everything is coming up and back. Start in the center, sort of, like here, and then I'm gonna bring that up, almost putting it in the same sort of place that you would put highlight. And then I always like to take a little bit of blush and just pop it under my nose. I just think it brings your whole face together. And then a little bit up here. So the baking has been on for a few minutes now, so we're just gonna dust that off. Literally just gonna get a fluffy brush and just buff it off. You don't want to kind of do this too much because you do still want some of that bake to be left there. Okay, so now we are going to go in with highlighter. So to highlight today, we are going to use the Technic Mega Glow Quad Palette. I'm going to go in with the light champagne colour. This is like my favourite shade. And just going to go on the absolute tippy top bit of my cheek, just there. The reason you want to go nice and high with your highlight is because it gives the effect of like the pulled back taut look. So that's where I'm going with this. And I'm then going to pop a little bit of that on the highest point of the tip of my nose. Little bit on the centre of the forehead, little bit on the chin. Cool, so I feel like everything is starting to come together now. So next thing that we're gonna do is lashes. So this is really like, I think, what pulls everything up and together, and it's just gonna make it all look so good. So for lashes, it's really important that you pick the correct shape. Now for a like snatched look, I think a cat eye lash is like imperative. If you don't use a cat eye style lash, your lashes are gonna kind of ruin the illusion a little bit. So for today's look, I'm gonna go with the Zara lash, which is from Doll Beauty. Now, I'm pretty sure they've actually discontinued these lashes, which is really annoying because for a look like this, these are perfect. But you can find 1,000,001 dupes of these. So as you can see, they're very, very, very sparse on the inner corner and then a lot thicker on the outer corner, and they also start off a lot shorter and then get a lot longer. What that's going to do is elongate the outer corner, which once again helps with pulling everything back. Sorry, I completely forgot I turned you off. I've been sat here talking to myself. But I feel like for this sort of look, a red lip goes really, really nice. And I was just saying how I sometimes use like a little bit of a hack. So I don't actually have any red lip liners because I don't ever do a red lip. So if you are doing a red lip and you need to use a lip liner, you can just use the edge of your lipstick to like line your lips with. That's what I've always done. Just because I haven't invested in a red lip liner yet. Yes! This is making my teeth look so white. I'm actually loving this. So this is an MUA lipstick. It's like a mini one. And it's, I think I got this in like a Christmas pack or something like that. And it doesn't have a shade name. It just says number mini 1. I'm assuming that's not the shade name. I'm assuming this is maybe just like limited edition or something. But this is such a cute colour. I'm going to have to definitely find like a dupe for this because this is such a nice colour and I need a bigger one. I'm going to use a clear gloss, but so that I don't ruin the gloss, I'm just going to wipe the applicator before dipping it back in. So for gloss today, I'm going to go with the Fillet Instinct by NYX. And this one is obviously just the clear one. Oh my god, cuteness. So now I'm going to integrate my lashes. So to do that, I am just literally going to grab my mascara. This one is the Wonder Lash from Primark, which is a knockoff of the Benefit mascara. And I'm literally just going to get that little like wet bit of mascara on the end. And I literally just kind of run that along my own eyelashes, and then once I've done that, I will grab my fingers and I just clamp my lashes and the fake lashes together. And then I will grab the mascara again and just reapply mascara to the eyelash, just to give it the extra bit of length and volume. I'm gonna pop a tiny bit of mascara on my bottom lashes, but not too much at all, because once again, you want everything to look lifted, and if you apply too much to your bottom lashes, that can definitely bring your face down. Okay, so this is the finished look. So as you can see, it's just like a really pulled back kind of situation. Fierce, you know, it looks fierce. The only thing I had a major issue with on this look was the blending on the eyeshadow. So I don't know if it's showing up greatly here, but especially between the gold and then the brown on both eyes, I'm having like a little bit of a blending issue. Whether that was due to the P. Louise base or whether that was down to something to do with the glue or something like that, I'm not sure. It's not something I've ever had an issue with before. Every time I've done these types of brows, I have always done it with the glue and concealer and everything. So the only thing different that I used this time was the P. Louise base. So maybe that just doesn't go that well with the glue. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Like,
you're perfect, you're beautiful, you look like Linda Evangelista, you're a model.
Okay, so that is absolutely everything for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed watching today's video as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. If you did enjoy watching today's video, please feel free to leave me a massive like and subscribe down below. If you have any comments or questions for me, please feel free to leave them all down below in the comment section. Also, don't forget to check out my Instagram account. I will pop all the details on screen right now, and they will also be down below in the description box. And without further ado, I look forward to seeing you all in my next video.